Hello and welcome to Fulton Street Beats. Today we're going to disassemble and box up the BYO Jem style guitar kit. We're going to disassemble it for the lucky winner, whoever that is going to be. And if you guys haven't checked out how to win that guitar yet, you can click right here, or you can simply go to the link in the description and click on that. It'll take you to a chance to win this guitar. There's a little bit of a catch because you are going to have to assemble this guitar. Originally, this guitar was a BYO do-it-yourself kit that I finished here at Fulton Street Beats, and really nice kit, really nice quality, and one of you lucky people out there is going to win it. So in this video, what we're going to do is do a full disassembly. I say full disassembly, not a full disassembly, but we're going to break the guitar down so it's manageable for someone else to put back together. A lot of the hard stuff I'm not going to take apart because why risk it when we got a really good thing going on, right? So, but you will have to put this together, and there's a couple things that you're going to have to solder to make this, well, your own. And if you want to change gauges of strings or add any pots or pickups, now is the time to do it. And what you're going to get, and I'm going to show you the box right now. I've already done this video, but I'm going to bring you through the process of what we've done, is you're going to get a guitar in a box that's this big, okay? And packaged very well. And I think you'll be happy with it. So without any further ado, let's get to that video. And I hope you guys will hit like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to go to the link on how to win this guitar. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe on that video, because that is your entry to winning this. And once we hit 2,000 subs, this will be going out to one lucky winner. All of the rules and regulations are going to be in the comment section of the linked video. Make sure to check that out. And as always, guys, have an amazing Friday, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye. As you can see, we have the BYO Jem in front of us, and this is the giveaway guitar. And as promised, this is going to come, well, in pieces. We're going to take it apart, although most of the hard work has been done. It's finished, and everything's going to be pretty much set to go. We'll give it a clean up the fretboard, make it look real pretty, and package it away neatly in the foam form-fitted box that actually, I don't know. Yeah, this one didn't come in a form-fitted box. So what I'm going to use is the one that came with the Guitar Kit World kit form fit. Put it in that one. That way we know there's no damage. First thing we're going to do is loosen up this locking nut and de-string this thing. Now, you can take the whammy bar off and sit that to the side. And before we sit it to the side, we'll just give it a clean off. There we are. And you'll be seeing me do a lot. If you notice these tuners and stuff here, this is for another project that's going to be coming up on the channel. So let's move this back a bit and de-string. And I'll have this set up so they can just simply run the strings in the tuners. Well, kind of, because I'm not sure. We might take the tuners off. We might not. I don't know yet. We're gonna figure this out as we go. And this is gonna make somebody a very, very nice guitar. And this way they get to see that it's been disassembled and the process, and they can reverse it to put it together. Now the tuning on this, I had this set to standard tuning on this one. Strings aren't going to be included with this because who wants used strings? And honestly, I don't have any of the right strings right now in stock. I have to order some more, so it's going to be shipped with no strings, and Whoever wins it can put their own flavor of strings on it. All right. Now that we have done that, we need to get into... So let's do that. Let's pull cavity cover off. And I will try to keep parts organized for this build. Cavity cover, official napkin. Put this to the side over here with the screws, and we can pull off these springs. This is now if you want to peer inside here, 4 springs are used on this for this setup. 1, 2, skip the middle, 3, 4. Works the best on this particular setup with these size springs. So if you get it and you're going to run 9 to 42 slinkies, that is the best way of doing it. And I'll leave the trim height set up just the way it is. Okay, now let's flip this over. And there's our trim loose now. It'll be much easier for me to get off. I lost my tool that I place underneath this when I usually do this, so... And I'm just going to loosen the string tensioners. Now, they're not tensioners really, they just hold the string in place in the trim. Just loosen all those, and all these strings will pop right out. And then we tighten them back up, even though I just had one fly off that I'll have to find, of course. I know we didn't lose it, so there's our trim. Sit that to the side. And then we're going to loosen this up a little more, and we'll start pulling strings out. Now the way I run these strings, I keep the balls on the end. The balls are on the end, so sometimes they pull in kind of hard, so we need to actually dislodge them from sometimes. And just give them a little twist here. Sometimes we cut them off even. Pull them out. There's one loose. 2 loose. It keeps for a really positive feel when you let me turn this back a little bit more here. Where is that one? There we are. There we go. And there we go. There we are. So they're all loose. Now we can just take our strings, pull them out. Fasteners off, yes. There we are. String number 1, I'm going to toss them down there. Sometimes these can be reused in a pinch. There's 2. Maybe these ones will come out. I don't know. 3. 4, 5, and 6. Now, the only reason I'm leaving the locking nut on is for shipment, so you don't have to mess with this. And I'm simply going to snug it. Okay, now we are going to start disconnecting these tuners. So we take a 10mm and we simply give them a quick loosen. It doesn't take much. These are should be never over tightened anyhow. Let's do this. These are loose. Let's flip it. Let's flip this here gem and find our proper screwdriver and pull out our screw. Including one spare one in case you do mess one up. So there is those. Now we can flip it back over. Your neck is pretty much set on this. It may vary if the temperature changes. These parts will be cleaned before shipment too, so I'll try to have everything as shiny as I can for you. There we go, that one came right out. And if you string this, like I said, you'll never really have an issue with these tuners at all. There we go. One thing, my favorite part about this guitar is this amazing neck. Just an amazing neck and fretboard. We got one more stubborn one right here, and I'm gonna try to pop that up. Just a little bit stuck in there. The headstock is lacquered. So your Ibanez logo is lacquered right into the headstock. And as far as I know, this neck will fit on an Ibanez. So you got that going for you. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna leave the string tree on. And I may leave the truss rod cover on. I don't want to get too in depth to taking it apart. So, but there you have it. There is the back of your headstock. There's the front. And now we can remove the neck. And very simply, I'm just gonna there we are. Now it should remove quite easily now. There we are. So there you have it. There is your beautiful, beautiful neck. And while we are right here, let me condition this real quick for the winter. Take 2 seconds. As you can see, there you are. Beautiful neck. We will pop that right over here. And now we will flip this over and we will finish removing these screws. And yes, these do have to get removed all the way because we don't want it getting damaged in shipping. As far as the screw inserts go, I'm going to leave those installed. They are proper, and the claw will also remain installed. But now that we have that done, we're going to put these in its own separate bag also. Okay. What we're going to do now is remove these rosewood knobs. There we are. Yes. So there's one, and I'm gonna ship this Allen with it because it's an oddball size. So I will ship this Allen key with the knobs. All right. Now we're gonna remove this pick guard. Now, this is all bone stock. Nothing has been upgraded other than the knobs on this guitar. So, how you get this is exactly pretty much how it would come from BYO. So we have, these are all of our, minus one. Come on, why are you not going in your groove here? There we are. I believe that's all of them. And can I find a bag for these? We will have to search for a little baggie for these, and I'm going to sit those, well, I don't want to sit them right to the side, keep everything in this place. Now what I'd like to do is wipe off the dust here, and the dust in the claw. Like I said, I'm not gonna touch these here. I may put a piece of tape on them actually to keep that height in check. And then we're gonna simply pull this out, and as you can see, that's all there is to this. But what we have to do before we actually pull it out, because it'll give you a lot of wires, is we got to remove the jack, and which is in here. So we're going to turn it over. Get this out of our way. We don't need that any longer. And we're going to remove this cover. And for those of you who don't remember, this particular cover, I had to, it came too big and I had to make it fit. So there that is. That's out. No fuss, no muss. There is our cover that I trimmed. Set that to the side. And inside here is our jack, and I'm going to give you guys a view of what that looks like. There you are. So, simple to loosen this up. It's not too difficult. You don't need a wrench or anything. It should be fairly loose, not... And I will include the... Wait a minute. This was the BYO. The BYO did not come with any instructions. So you're going to have to go to their website and download their instructions if you need them. However, the reason I pull this there, so here's your jack, and I'm pulling the jack out this way. And what I have to do is desolder this. Okay? I have to desolder this, and I will desolder this, desolder the ground, and then we'll pull it apart. I'll show you exactly what's going on here. Give me 1 second. Okay, just had to get the soldering iron plugged in here. And we'll desolder this. So I think to make this easy for the builder, I'm not going to desolder this. I'm going to cut these wires right here so they know where it goes, and they can simply solder the wires together instead of trying to solder, because these can be hard to solder. These got good connections. Let's do that for them. I think that would help them out tremendously. So I'm going to go about right here and cut those. And then you have your two wires that are already there. I'm not going to strip them back yet. But you can simply solder them together, heat shrink them, whatever you need to do. At least you know where they go, and if you don't want those, you can desolder, and you still have room to solder that. So, I think that makes a lot of sense and would be easier than them to have to look up the schematic to know where to solder the jack. And these jacks can be finicky. Why mess with a good thing, right? Okay, that's to the side. So our ground here, however, we will have to desolder, or I can also cut the ground. But you know where the ground goes, so let's just desolder this real quick. I think that would be our best bet. And if the soldering iron has gotten hot enough, that's the next question. There we are. So there that is. And just so you guys know, that solders right to the center. You'll see a little nub there on the center, and that's been cleaned up already and scraped, so it should solder right to it. So make yourself get yourself a good soldering iron. We'll flip it back over here. We're going to pull out our pick guard and pull out our ground wire and pull out our jack wires, and there we have it. So here is our, can't go wrong, everything's soldered, everything's wired properly. Now, this is If you want to upgrade your pots when you get it, then's the time to do it. But everything sounds good. This is a decent sounding guitar, so there's no fuss, no muss there. I was never able to find any coating or film over this pick guard. If you do and you can get it up, go for it. Personally, I never found any, and I didn't want to scratch up the pick guard, but I did give it a buff, and it's a nice pick guard. It is a nice pick guard. So there you go, loaded pick guard. Let's if you want these knobs on, you can have them on. If not, we'll leave them off. I took them off for you, but if you want to change them, that's fine. So there's that. So here we are. Now we're down to this gorgeous body. Let's give it a quick cleanup. I use, that's right, Pledge furniture polish to clean it up and make it look very pretty. And this has not been shielded. My other guitars are shielding. If you wanted to shield this, you can. This will accept as you can see, it's an open cavity. You can pretty much put whatever you want in it. And here's your body. Well, I think the body looks good and very natural. It is lacquered over, and it does have a very earthy feel to it. And there you have it. So here's your bridge height. I'm not going to mess with this, although I have a feeling it's going to get moved in shipping. So maybe I can stop that a little bit, because it is set up quite perfectly. And perhaps if we do something like this, at least we can stop it from turning, or at least you're in the ballpark when you go to adjust your bridge. And there we are. Remember, 9-32s. That's what we ran on this. So here's your body. And I'm going to leave the claw in here. And I have this set up perfectly where it needs to go. It's actually, you can draw this up more. I experimented with this. You can back this out even, but I experimented with this, and the way this is sitting is the way I would run it. If you back this out, this will get loose. I have this where it starts to get very tight. As a matter of fact, you can't pull it right now because it's right there. I did this because it's very stable this way, and I found it's the best to work with this particular trem. But there that is. Now this is going to go in. Let's see. There we are. And it might be a little dusty or what have you, but just so you know, there she goes. I'm not going to pull the buttons off. The buttons will be on. And I'll show you what I'm doing here. Let me move this stuff out of the way, and I'll show you how this is going to come to the winner. Get the dust out of there. It's been sitting in this corner of the studio for a while, and this is how it's going to come. So we're going to pop this right in this little cutout. You know what? Yeah, let's make that a little better for you. And there is your guitar body. That'll be in that foam. So now that we have that, let's take the time to take care of the neck. And let me see what I can do with that. And wrap our neck here. There we are. And we're going to sit the neck in the box like so. And I want to double this up so it don't get damaged. There we are. So there's our neck. Now, pick guard, I'm going to do a little bit different than how they ship it. We're going to take this pick guard and the loaded pick guard, and we're going to sit it on top. That way the body's not getting scratched, and I hope that makes sense. And that's why the knobs are off, guys. I don't want these knobs getting marred up or damaged. So we'll keep it a loaded pick guard, however, definitely not going to... So, tuners. Tuners are going to go right in here, just like so. So, this is your tuners. Washers are going to be on them. Yes, I'm just giving a wipe off first. Now, if you look at these tuners, sometimes they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll say right 4, blah, blah, blah. You could put them in some kind of order. The Guitar Kit World kit were labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that series. I think these might have a couple. Like this is a right 3 here. So, and then there's this one. And this one is a right 4. So you can put them in. Sometimes you might have a couple 3s or a couple 4s, but there's your tuners. Very well done. Okay, let's wipe off our trem system here. Our trem bar, our whammy bar, can go right in there. And what I will do is put a piece of tape over that so it's not bouncing around on anybody. And I hope that makes sense. Or at least not falling out. We wouldn't want it to fall out. That's for sure. That and that. What do you think? I should do it. We don't want that to fall out. There we are. So, trem bar is in this groove. Now, where are we at? We're at the point now where I want to give you something decent to put the, let's see what I got here. Let's see what I can come up with. Well, this should be all the tools you need right here to do your adjustments with a brand new cable. No, it's not great. Never been used. We'll throw that in there. So we're getting there, guys. So let me get this bag over here. And I have some parts in here already. Let me empty that out. There we go. So we got some, we're going to take our trem springs. We're going to pop them right in that bag, just like that. We're going to take our body screws for the neck screws. We're going to pop them inside of this bag, just like that. These are the screws for the tuners. And we're going to incorporate the screws for the pick guard and the cavity cover for the back in this bag here. We'll seal that up. There we are. Nice and sealed. And we're going to drop that one in here also. There we are. Only difference is the small ones are going to be for your tuners. So you'll want to separate these. Lay them out, count them. Make sure you don't lose any. They're all here, as you can see. There we are. Every screw you need. Right there. That's that. Now, I don't want anything getting scratched. So what I'm going to do is seal this up like so. And there's our pick guard and cover. And once again, go back to our ugly tape. And I'm going to put a piece of tape around this way to hold that in place. And there is that. Now, we have this cavity cover that we do not want getting scratched also. And I'm sure I have something around here to sit. And that actually fits neatly right there. So I'm going to put this face down right there. I don't have to wrap it. I'm going to put it face down in this little groove right there. And we will tape this to the inside. That'll keep it secure so it's not bouncing around. And I don't have to worry about scratching the outside. The only thing that might get scuffed is the inside, and I don't even think that's going to happen. Okay. We have our jack. I'm going to place the jack in with the cord. So do not, don't think it's not there. It's in with the cord. The jack is in with the cord. To me, that makes sense. Okay. Now, jack, tuners, that. We're getting there, guys. So what do you think? It's going to be a pretty cool build, right? Now, this is definitely going to have to go in here because it's not going to fit there. This is designed for a different style trem, obviously. It looks like it's designed for a Strat, like a Strat tremolo. So we got that going for us. Okay, but, however, I'm going to protect this switch with that piece of foam. And that will also, in turn, protect those. At least that's the theory. And when we're done, I have a cover that's going to go over this. Kind of go like so. And yes, it's not all there. We're going to have to do something for the other side. This will protect the majority of these parts and keep them in place, though. However, and this will go here. I'll put something here to make sure everything's nice and snug there. It'll go inside of another box and get shipped out to the winner. So everything is there. You see everything's where it's supposed to be. I'm going to put another piece of foam in here to hold everything in place. So this is it. The BYO kit Jem. All set to rock and roll for one lucky winner. Listen, guys, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe because I think this is a pretty cool giveaway. I don't think anybody's ever taken a guitar apart for someone to put back together. And I think it's just pretty cool. And what's really nice about this is shipping it wise, it's going to be packaged very safely and compact. That's cool in my book. Tuck your wires down in a little farther. There we are. Awesome, guys. And like I said, it is a beautiful guitar, and it does sound really good. Mahogany body, 5-piece maple neck, pass-through locking nut, and a very stable Floyd Rose licensed trem that I need to clean up a little bit more for you because it's a little too dirty for me. I'm going to back out the fine tuners because you're going to need those backed out. The intonation should be pretty good when you get it. You might have to play a little bit, and these are for your intonation right here. And here's your lockers to lock your strings in. Everything is good and tight. It's got a decent block on it, and this was actually a very stable trem system. You might be surprised with this. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll be talking to you soon.